Hello, my friends. Thank you for tuning in to Bible and Revelations. This is episode 45A, Genesis 24. And here we go. A bride for Isaac. Now Abraham was old, advanced in years, and Yahweh, God, had blessed Abraham in everything. Hence, Abraham said to his servant, the oldest one of his household, who was managing all he had, "Put your hand, please, under my thigh, as I must have you swear by Yahweh, the God of the heavens and the God of the earth, that you will not take a wife for my son from the daughters of the Canaanites, in among whom I am dwelling. But you will go to my country and to my relatives, and you will certainly take a wife for my son, for Isaac." However, the servant said to him, "What if the woman does not wish to come with me to this land? Must I be sure to return your son to the land from where you went out?" At this Abraham said to him, "Be on your guard that you do not return my son there. Yahweh, the God of the heavens, who took me from my father's house and from the land of my relatives, and who spoke to me and who swore to me, saying, 'To your seed I am going to give this land,' he will send his angel ahead of you, and you will certainly take a wife for my son from there. But if the woman should not wish to come with you, you also will have become free from this oath you gave me. Only you must not return my son there." With that, the servant put his hand under the thigh of Abraham, his master, and swore to him concerning this matter. So the servant took 10 camels from the camels of his master, and proceeded to go with every sort of good thing of his master's in his hand. Then he rose, got on his way to Mesopotamia, to the city of Nahor. Eventually he had the camels kneel down outside the city at a well of water about evening time, about the time that the women who draw water were accustomed to go out. And he went on to say, "Yahweh, the God of my master Abraham, cause it to happen. Please before me this day and perform loving kindness with my master Abraham. Here I am stationed at a fountain of water, and the daughters of the men of the city are coming out to draw water. What must occur is that the young woman to whom I shall say, 'Let your water jar down, please, that I may take a drink,' and who will indeed say, 'Take a drink, and I shall also water your camels.' This is the one you must assign to your servant, to Isaac. And by this let me know that you have performed loyal love with my master." Well, it came about that before he had finished speaking, why, here coming out was Rebekah, who had been born to Bethuel, the son of Milcah, the wife of Nahor, Abraham's brother. And her water jar was upon her shoulder. Now the young woman was very attractive in appearance, a virgin, and no man had had sexual intercourse with her. And she made her way down to the fountain, and began to fill her water jar, and then came up. At once the servant ran to meet her, and said, "Give me, please, a little sip of water from your jar." In turn she said, "Drink, my lord." With that she quickly lowered her jar upon her hand, and gave him a drink. When she was finished giving him a drink, then she said, "For your camels too I shall draw water, until they are done drinking." So she quickly emptied her jar into the drinking trough, and ran yet again and again to the well to draw water, and kept drawing for all his camels. All the while the man was gazing at her in wonder, keeping silent to know whether Yahweh had made his trip successful or not. Consequently, it came about that when the camels had finished drinking, then the man took a gold nose ring of a half shekel in weight, and 2 bracelets for her hands. 10 shekels of gold was their weight. And he went on to say, "Whose daughter are you? Tell me, please, is there any room at the house of your father for us to spend the night?" At that she said to him, "I am the daughter of Bethuel, the son of Milcah, whom she bore to Nahor." And she said further to him, "There is both straw and much fodder with us, also a place to spend the night." And the man proceeded to bow down and prostrate himself before Yahweh, and say, "Blessed be Yahweh, the God of my master Abraham." Yahweh is a translation of the Tetragrammaton, JVWH. They don't know how they pronounced it. We're just guessing Yahweh or Jehovah. I think it means I am, but it's commonly referred to as Yahweh or Jehovah. Who was left? Blessed be Yahweh, the God of my master Abraham, who has not left his loving kindness and his trustworthiness toward my master. I, being on the way, Yahweh has led me to the house of the brothers of my master. And the young woman went running and telling the household of her mother about these things. Now Rebekah had a brother, and his name was Laban. So Laban went running to the man who was outside at the fountain. And it came about that on seeing the nose ring and the bracelets on the hand of his sister, and on hearing the words of Rebekah his sister, saying, "This is the way the man spoke to me," then he came to the man, and there he was, standing by the camels at the fountain. At once he said, "Come, you blessed one of Yahweh. Why do you keep standing out here, when I myself have made the house ready, and room for the camels?" With that the man came on into the house, and he went unharnessing the camels, and giving straw and fodder to the camels, and water to wash his feet, and the feet of the men who were with him. Then something to eat was set before him, but he said, "I shall not eat until I have spoken about my matters." Hence he said, "Speak." Then he went on to say, "I am Abraham's servant, and Yahweh has blessed my master very much, and that he goes on making him greater, and giving him sheep and cattle and silver and gold and manservants and maidservants and camels and asses. Further, Sarah, the wife of my master, bore a son to my master after her growing old, and he will give him everything he has. So my master made me swear, saying, You must not take a wife for my son from the daughters of the Canaanites, in whose land I am dwelling. No, but you will go to the house of my father and to my family, and you must take a wife for my son. But I said to my master, What if the woman will not come with me? Then he said to me, Yahweh, before whom I have walked, will send his angel with you, and will certainly give success to your way. And you must take a wife for my son from my family and from the house of my father. At that time you will be cleared of obligation to me by oath when you get to my family, and if they will not give her to you, then you shall become free of obligation to me by oath. When I got to the fountain today, then I said, Yahweh, the God of my master Abraham, if you are really giving success to my way, on which I am going, here I am stationed at a fountain of water. What must occur is that the maiden coming out to draw water, to whom I shall actually say, please let me drink a little water from your jar, and who will indeed say to me, both you take a drink, and I shall also draw water for your camels. She is the woman whom Yahweh has assigned for the son of my master. Before I was finished speaking in my heart, why, there was Rebekah coming out with her jar upon her shoulder, and she made her way down to the fountain and began to draw water. Then I said to her, give me a drink, please. So she quickly lowered her jar from her and said, take a drink, and I shall also water your camels. Then I took a drink, and she also watered the camels. Well, folks, I got to wrap that up there. I will finish this on episode 45B. God bless you. Please donate to Ozark Hunger Relief. You can email me at ozarkhunger@gmail.com.